Correctly with the correct amount.
D20 Radio, where gamers roll.
www.d20radio.com.
After finding the burnt remains of a young woman, the gang swiftly followed the trail of a pyrotechnic killer, only for the hunters to become the hunted, as Inquisition soldiers attacked them in the middle of evening traffic, the resulting crash and battle seen by dozens, and bringing the police onto their trail. Barely able to escape, our heroes are injured and on the run, and their troubles have only just begun. Dr. Walter Biddles used to like his job. Sure, he had to deal with corpses, sometimes pretty nasty ones, but it was usually pretty quiet, and he got to work alone. And sure, ever since that first incident, he had been exiled to the basement and given all the bodies none of the other morticians wanted. But that was fine. It certainly made his job more interesting. But then, the bodies had started piling. What had been the occasional fanged corpse or inexplicable cause of death had become body after charred body with no end in sight. It was almost a relief when he got any corpses that weren't extra crispy. After finishing up the work on his latest autopsy, he took a moment to glance at his phone and was shocked when he saw the news alert. A firefight in the middle of the city? Right in the open? He was scrolling halfway through the story when a sound made him jump. He looked around, trying to figure out what it was. Then it came again. Thump! Looked back towards the row of cabinets. Thump! Thump, thump, thump! The cabinets started to shake, like something was hitting them from inside. Bump, 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 bump. The few knocks turned into a raucous, as every occupied drawer began to shake uncontrollably. Then the first one popped open. The flesh sloughed out, empty, as a skeleton, its eyes burning cold blue, rose out. Bang! 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 One by one, they slammed open. Biddles froze, unable to move, unable to make a sound. He'd been working with bodies for decades, but never had they stood up and turned to look at him. All right, so...
Get the heck out of there.
Is he okay? Is he okay? I need to know if he's okay.
Tell me he's in one.
My precious coroner lad.
I think we need to figure out whether or not we're going to be okay.
We're not okay. Well, I know I'm not okay.
No, we're not okay.
I
accept that. I accept that.
Our good Dr. Biddles is gonna die. I'm stressed.
He's not gonna die.
He's not gonna die. He'll be fine. He's surrounded by skeletons.
He's just gonna be scarred.
The guy, we already owe whoever's doing this one. We already owe him. Well, maybe...
Y'all don't owe him anything.
Voltaire.
That was strictly a Voltaire thing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Unless he actually comes to us and say, you all owe me.
No,
he didn't specify. What he said was, looks like you owe me one. So
after looking directly at Voltaire, I believe.
He said he looked at us. Presumably that means the van, because that's where the majority of people were, I think. But I don't know.
Anyway. Where are we, Jonathan?
You
Still
are
in the van.
You've driven away far enough that Joan has dropped the veil.
Okay.
And you got a phone call.
And then you threw the phone out.
Yeah. Voltaire's legs are messed up. He can't perform any maneuvers.
Cool.
Rian got some of his face scraped off by the ground.
Eee.
Cayden has some slightly cracked ribs, mainly because of his critical injury. It doesn't matter that survival of the fittest or like his unbowed allowed him to ignore that. It still needs to be healed.
Well,
so, yeah.
Let's go out to the desert or something where no one will find us.
Elianna's just broken as a person. She's pale and wide-eyed and looks absolutely haunted.
Is anyone giving Andi directions? Okay,
No.
she's just gonna.
I'm not.
She's just gonna drive away.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. We need a place to go.
We need to go back for the driver. He's
not enough.
He's hurt. He needs our help. We need to go back.
The police are there. They can take care of him. The police being there is also why we can't be there.
Elianna looks too out of it to process any of that.
She grabs Elianna's face. Just, cops, bad for us, good for him. Okay?
Okay.
Is everyone in the very back?
I guess.
Yeah.
Everyone except Andi.
Voltaire? Well,
Yeah.
Voltaire is wherever your water threw him.
Oh, you're in the back.
We're all
You're
in the back,
back, buddy.
Voltaire grabbed us.
Yeah, we're all
because
crowded in the
when-
back here. It's
Yep.
not a comfortable fit.
No.
Yeah, well, I was just seeing if anyone was up in the passenger, but I assume not, because I thought Joan was there, but if you grabbed her face, it's not physically
No,
possible.
Joan's not there.
Hey, Voltaire, was that your phone that you threw against the side of the van?
Yes, it was.
Is there any particular reason why?
Because in their infinite wisdom, the bureaucracy that is head office decided to take me off the job.
Uh-huh.
And let's just say that's a new experience for me.
Well, I assume that also means we ain't gonna get much help from them now.
Well, their direct words were, go back to Paris.
Well, I have no interest in going to Paris at the moment.
I never thought these words would escape my lips, but neither do I.
Can someone
Really?
tell me where I'm going right now?
Yes, can somebody hand me my phone? I need to call in a favor.
Rian grabs Voltaire's phone and then hands it to him.
Okay. Best place to hide, especially for Voltaire, because, he's uber rich and very noticeable. It's with the hobos, with the homeless peeps.
What?
Like Hobo
What?
Bob?
I have the talent Hobo Network.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
You have Hobo Network. I love it.
Okay.
So
Voltaire has Hobo Network?
he does.
Interesting.
He does.
I'm just surprised to figure out Voltaire has been willing to talk to a homeless person, much less.
He's not a nice person to people
Well,
that
he isn't.
are.
He isn't. It wasn't by choice. It wasn't by choice, but he did manage. He did manage to get into the good graces of a few people.
Is that what he suggests?
There have been a few times where I've had to avoid attention, and I have some contacts among the homeless community who I know hold your shock, who don't hate me.
So I'm guessing that you've paid them very well to not hate you.
Yeah.
Joan says that with a little smirk.
Yeah.
So when Voltaire had mentioned that he had contacts with homeless people, most of the time Cayden's face never directly is towards any person who's actually talking. It just stays straight. But he actually looks at Voltaire at that moment. Or at least what he guesses is his direction. He's just and you can just imagine just coming off of it as a really?
Yeah, Rian just raises
homeless people?
Rian just raises an eyebrow that is giving the look of, wait, you work with the homeless people?
Elianna is quietly trying not to hyperventilate in the corner.
Yes, me in my fabulousness. I do occasionally have to not attract attention to myself.
You know, you're talking rather well for someone whose, legs are soaked in your own blood.
Call it adrenaline.
Elianna probably looks up at the, comment about Voltaire's being soaked in his own blood. Like, are you okay?
No.
We need to go to a hospital or something?
Elianna. Right now, we just need to find some place where the cops won't find us.
Agreed. As soon as we're at a location that we can rest, I can patch you up good as new. I got a med kit here in my satchel.
Can you also fix your face? You're all seeming rather cavalier about your various injuries.
Oh, Joan, this isn't the first time that I've been injured this bad, and it definitely isn't the worst injuries that I have ever suffered.
Elianna looks extremely distressed.
I'm just lift my hands up and a bit in mock surrender. Okay.
So, where are we going? Sorry.
I'm about to find that out. Voltaire dials up some of his homeless friends.
All right, so it rings for a bit before it picks up. It's like, hello, this is Hobo Bob.
I don't. How?
Just a sec.
Okay.
Just hold on for a sec. I have a little thing here.
Yes, hello, this is Voltaire.
Oh, hey, Voltaire.
Yes. In case you haven't seen the headlines, I'm in a bit of a pickle and I need a place to hide out.
It's been a while since you've needed that.
Yes, I've been behaving myself rather well, wouldn't you think?
Well, I doubt that, but
you do know me better than most.
I also highly doubt that. But do you have the usual payment?
Oh, I do.
Awesome. Not every day a rich guy shows up and just hands you wads of cash.
What can I say? I'm one of a kind.
That's one way to put it.
Anyway, we're on a bit of a timeline. I need a place.
I'll text you an address.
Excellent. Pleasure as always.
If only he weren't one of a kind. That would be pretty good.
Yeah, I get
that would be nice.
Yeah,
dudes all the time.
That's such a nihilistic comment to make. Well, I'm one of a kind. Sucks, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, you pointed it out. Voltaire's not a nice person.
He's not?
What?
I know. Hold your shock.
Oh, and this whole time, Andi thought he was an angel. That's why she treats him so well.
Oh, she treats him so well. I'd hate to see what she does when she doesn't like someone.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
But anyway.
Okay, so the address is sent almost immediately, like a couple seconds later.
Dang.
Excellent. Andressa, if you could take us here, I believe we will be relatively safe.
She just takes the phone.
Please and thank you.
Rian, do you have that medical kit here, or is that in your truck?
Right here in my satchel. As he opens the satchel, it takes it out.
All right, well, first, if you're going to be any help, we're going to want to clean your face up a bit.
So
you can actually see out of your eyes.
All right.
I might be able to help. I don't know how effective it will be.
What do you need?
Andressa, you seem like you have something to say. No? If he was able to move, he would have stuck his head up in the front seat. But he's not currently able to move.
I do have a question for Jonathan. How long is it going to take to get to this place?
It's about an 18-minute drive.
That's very specific. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
You asked a question.
If you guys want to wait, I can probably help with your face.
Well, I should be able to do some basic cleaning. I may not be a doctor, but I can put some alcohol on a cloth and at least make it so he can get some of that blood out of his eye.
Don't worry about me. I'm fine.
Yeah, just
She doesn't even respond. She just does not care.
But sure, if either of you wants to do any real help beyond that, you can do it. Elianna, do you want to focus on Voltaire's messed up legs there?
Yeah, I'm not very good at it, and I'm certainly not in the best headspace for concentrating right now, but I can try.
Okay. So Joan is going to do a medicine check to fix up Rian's face. I'm pretty sure she has no ranks. She's not going to try to get rid of your critical injury there.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
All right. She fails and also ends up, and it hurts. It stings. So you're going to get more strain. So she's able to get some of the blood off, but not enough to help.
And she accidentally gets some in your eye.
She doesn't, but it's an open wound, and alcohol against an open wound is never pleasant. Hold still. I can't do anything if you flinching like this.
A wee bit difficult in a moving car.
A wee bit? Okay, Irishman.
I do believe we have established that he switches accents when he's nervous.
Cayden just raises his hand to his head and just rubs his forehead a little bit.
The moment those words came out of my mouth, I'm like, dang it.
Well, it's in-universe canon now. This was just an external bit, but now it's just Rian as a person.
Now it's canon. Now it's Rian.
When Rian gets upset, his voice
turns something
accents.
It just happens.
Benefits of one who travels.
Jonathan.
Okay. Yeah?
I have a question. Would my flavor of voodoo be able to help me with my legs?
Possibly. Ooh. But we do have one other person offering to help. So let's have her
Let's do that first.
I had to tell my dog to be quiet. All right. I have 2 yellow and 1 green.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, nice.
And Elianna is sort of... Brandy, can you stop?
Is that your rank in medicine?
Yeah. Is it?
No.
You'll find out.
Oh.
All right.
Elianna just sort of tries to make her way over to Voltaire.
Oh. Cayden does his best to not be in the way of everything that's going on. He can't hurt too much. And it hurts as he moves. He's just like...
Oh, right. His rib is messed up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're doing
that's
great.
That's why stay place. Just stay straight. Don't do that.
If you want to put black dye on there, you can. I think that would be fair.
And this is to heal his critical injury?
Yeah. Being able to use his legs would be cool. Being able to use his legs would be cool.
Is there any way that Voltaire can help?
2 yellow and 1 green?
2 yellow and 1 green, yeah.
You can help by staying still.
Are you going to take any time to, stop, breathe, focus?
Yes.
Okay.
We have time.
Is there any way that Voltaire can help this?
Do you take... Okay, actually, that's a good question. Do you go, just... and then go? Or do you, sit back and actually take more, a decent amount of time to center yourself?
I think Elianna's... she was already gonna need to take some time to center herself anyway, so yes, she's gonna do that latter.
Okay, do you finish centering yourself before we get there?
Yes, well before we get there.
I would like to think it did not take 18 minutes to do that.
Elianna's okay, I can help, and then she just sits there meditating for 18 minutes.
And we all just so how's the weather, I guess?
It was weird. What's
how about
happening?
the Yankees?
All right.
The Yankees?
So describe what Elianna does. So she takes a minute, and then she goes to Voltaire, and...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she goes to Voltaire, gets on her knees, she, does some deep breathing, and then she, we haven't talked about this, and I haven't thought about it, so here goes. She sort of, gently rubs her hands together and works up a bit of a faint green glow. Her hands are shaking, and she holds them out over Voltaire's legs.
All right, that faint green glow grows brighter, and the scent of soil and pine fills the air as the blood covering Voltaire's torn up legs begins to flow back into the wound and you watch as the blood just flows back and the wounds close themselves. Voltaire's critical injury is healed.
Yes.
You heal 2 wounds and 3 strain.
Okay.
You just feel this warmth and life flow into you. And your legs, like, you can actually move your legs again.
Well, aren't you full of surprises?
Yeah, Joan's eyes are like Joan's cat eyes. They're just wide as she looks at Elianna. That's new.
I'll say.
It's been a minute since we last saw each other.
Yeah.
Elianna's looking at Voltaire. Are you okay? Did it work? Can you use your legs?
It's better than I ever could before. Thank you.
You're welcome. Elianna doesn't smile. She just looks relieved and tired.
Yeah, I'm curious, what is everyone's strain at right now? We've had a lot of strain being thrown around recently.
4. This is all... Oh, wait.
That'd be 6 now.
6. But she looks like she's at 18.
4. I have 4.
I am currently at 2
Dose.
How are you at 2?
because I just gained 2 strain.
You should be at 7.
In the crash, I have 2 strain as well, I think.
I have
Remember when
Zealous Fire. And every time I've been played a story point as the GM, I regain 2 strain.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, I forgot.
He said no. He said no, I have 2.
I forgot about that. I forgot that that's a thing.
Dang.
Wow.
How many times did I even play story points?
At least 3 or 4 times last session.
Okay,
I'd say 3. I could think of maybe 3.
Fair.
That's it.
There you go.
Were they all in the final fight?
I think there was one prior to that.
One prior and the rest in the final fight, yeah.
Wow, okay. Wow, I didn't realize Rian had that. That's
there
impressive.
You go, special boy.
Wow.
I was telling to myself, how long can I keep this a secret before somebody asks?
Not like that.
Long enough.
My strain is higher than I initially thought. It's listed as 6 now.
So actually then it looks like Joan's the one with the highest strain.
What's her strain at?
8.
Oh, that's what I'm at. Ooh. I'm at 8 as well.
It's because you two are the spellcasters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you're doing some stressful driving, too.
Well, actually, Voltaire should have 2 more, now that I think about it. Unless you already counted that.
Probably didn't.
Wings.
Yep.
Benefits of not being a spellcaster. You don't suffer a lot of strain.
Oh, no, we'll suffer strain in other ways, man.
I know.
There are many ways to be worn down in this difficult world.
Oh, yeah.
Do we arrive at Bob's place?
So Joan's going to do another attempt. Gonna keep trying to clean Rian's face and blaming him if it goes wrong. Okay, it worked this time. So she's able to clean Rian's face up and disinfect the wound. So you are going to heal 1 wound.
Okay.
That's better than no wounds.
Rian just keeps his face still as a statue.
All right. Well, Voltaire, I have a question. I mean, maybe just a general question to everybody. I just really don't know. I didn't really see what happened, but wasn't there something near the end of that whole fight where there was like this Inquisition guy like making some kind of statement, then there was some really nasty sounding like sound, and then something about owing somebody some. You're referencing
the skeleton tearing its way out of the body.
Oh, so that's how that went down.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, does anyone know about that? That seemed odd to you?
I don't know if at this point we can really tell what's odd or not.
Well, I've metaphorically seen a lot of things in my time. I don't know about you, but having a skeleton remove itself from its own flesh is kind of a new one for me.
Oh, well, it depends on the people you associate with.
And do you associate with anyone who does that?
Well, I haven't for quite some time. I believe the last time I saw this particular individual, it was somewhere around the realm of Victorian England.
So who are what?
Well,
what?
Okay. He is rather on the nose with what he goes by. He goes by the Bone Mage.
Great.
The Bone Mage. That's not melodramatic at all.
Love that.
That sounds quite pleasant.
Oh, trust me. What you witnessed back there was a modest performance.
Also seems a little on the nose, don't you think? Like, I work with bones. I'm a bone mage.
Well, technically, I believe he's what you'd call a necromancer. He just specializes with skeletons.
Are we gonna see more of this necromancer?
Well, I believe he is the one that the Order hired to solve their problem.
Okay.
Instead of me.
Okay.
Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's very good, but he's not one to, well, let's say he's not one to discriminate between those he hunts and those who get in his way. He's very good at what he does.
Cayden frowns at that.
You just have the best friends, don't you?
It's all business.
So, what are we going to do with this?
Well, I am currently operating under the radar of the Order, just because I doubt they would be very impressed finding out that I still plan on stopping the Inquisition after they told me very specifically to go back to Paris. But I believe I might be able to acquire some things that would interest the Bone Mage enough to at least figure out some things.
I'm not sure I want to be giving someone like that anything that they would want. Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm open to other ideas, but I would much rather work with him than against him.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyone else have problems with working with that?
Voltaire, do you know if this bone mage can be trusted?
He is the epitome of a businessman. If he is hired to accomplish a task, he will not rest until said task is accomplished.
Is it reasonable to suppose that he might be able to handle this situation on his own?
As much as I would love to go back to Paris and let the Bone Mage, I really need to figure out his name, and let the Bone Mage wreak untold havoc against the Inquisition, I doubt the Order would think very much of me and my reputation if I did.
Okay, well.
But to answer your question, he'd have a fair shot.
I'm also, just from what you said, I'm getting the feeling that he doesn't really care about the victims of this, what's happening.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'd rather have someone who actually cares about the death of a young girl working on this than that.
Yes, he is. Like I said, all he cares about is accomplishing the objective and getting paid.
Okay, are we there yet?
But I
don't think we are after all this.
We might be able to convince him to allow us to do the heavy lifting and bring him in when things need be bloody.
Well, let's also not forget, the Inquisition is after us now. And so I have a feeling we're going to be running into them quite often in the near future.
And that is also something that I can offer him. They want me. Easiest way to find your prey is to have a good piece of bait.
Well, I made a promise, and I intend to keep it.
Excellent.
Well, there is still one more tiny issue.
That being?
The fact that we just had a most entertaining firefight in the middle of Las Vegas, and all the cops got to see our faces. Granted,
that's when we arrive.
Yay. Okay. Andress is just gonna swing around the front seat and see what medical stuff still needs to be done.
All right, so we've gone out. We're on to the outskirts of the city a bit. We're right next to one of the an entrance to the storm drains.
Can I ask where everyone's sitting in the van?
Joan would be right next to Rian right now.
Yeah.
Elianna would be probably sitting across from Voltaire.
Cayden's probably somewhere in the middle, leaning against the door or something. I don't know.
There's a couch back there.
My guess would be Joan and Rian would be on the couch.
Okay.
Would have made it easier for her to clean his face. Voltaire probably couldn't even get on the couch, so he'd probably just be sitting on the ground.
Mm-hmm. So Elianna's also on the ground.
Okay. I forgot to mention this at the beginning because I didn't mention it last time. There's a very nice Bible sitting on the couch, but that's not important.
Yeah, Joan probably moved the Bible off to the side so that she could sit down and work on Rian. She probably didn't even notice what it was.
Okay. Well, she's just going to swing around the front seat. Is anyone still in need of medical attention?
Cayden just raises his hand.
So does Rian. He doesn't want to say anything. He just raises his hand.
Cool. She's going to go to Cayden because he looks slightly more injured because he's just sitting on the ground.
Yeah, he doesn't move very much. And
Cayden is more shape than Rian, so he'll gladly be patient and wait.
And as always with Andi, Voltaire will always, if he's on equal footing with someone, he will be below that person in terms of priority.
Wait, say that again?
Well, I just think it's really funny.
You already healed Voltaire.
Huh? Yeah, but I healed his critical injury. Do you have any more wounds or anything, or are you good?
I have 3 wounds and 4 strain.
All right.
He's not that bad.
Fix that later. Okay. So it'll be 3 yellow, 2 green, and then I have a healing charm.
Holy cow. Is this a medicine check or?
No, it's a magic check.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
I love this already.
Now, are you healing my critical injury or?
Yeah, presumably.
Yeah.
Remind me, what did Cayden get for a critical injury? What was it? What did it do again? It just
broke his
ribs.
I think it was basic.
All right, that is 2 successes, 2 advantages, and a triumph.
Damn, dude.
So that's 2 wounds, 2 pain, critical injury is healed.
Nice.
Goodness.
What does it look like, Jonathan?
What is your healing charm again?
It's the coral bracelet I'm wearing.
Andi pulls water from those lava lamps again, covers her hands as she lays them on Cayden's chest, and the coral bracelet starts to glow, as does the water. And the water flows over Cayden's wounds, over his chest, and the cracked ribs fuse back together.
Ow. Does that hurt?
At first, and then it feels wonderful.
Oh, okay.
So the water glows, and some of it just like sinks through your flesh into the bones and just knits them back together.
Gosh.
That's so cool.
That's pretty rad. After she seems to be finished and he seems fine, he just takes a nice deep breath, just like.
She just like quickly removes her hands from your chest. Like,
what were Cayden's wounds before?
He has 1 wound and 4 strain. He's doing pretty good.
Yeah, with that triumph, you can get rid of all of it.
Oh,
nice.
Yes, please. He is fine. Like, again, like he takes in this really deep breath and he's like, well, I'm experiencing a lot of new things today, but that is much better than whatever that skeleton thing was. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And,
You're welcome.
Wow.
Where exactly did you learn all that?
Oh, it's a lot of practice, you know. It's a long story. You needed help, right? And she turns to Rian.
Yes.
She'll just go over. It's all the same rolls. I'm gonna have zero strain availability.
You're gonna be very tired.
You're gonna be very tired.
That's 1, 2, 3 successes and 3 advantages. So all wounds. What were his wounds at that point?
She healed 1, so now I'm at 4 wounds.
Okay,
Does
so
he have a critical injury though?
Yes.
Oh yeah, and then that's success on that too. So
Yay.
that your critical injury is healed. You regain 3 more wounds, And if you have strain, that would also be 3 strain.
Awesome.
And then she'll go to Voltaire.
So she does the same thing to Rian that she did to Cayden, except on his face. And the road burn on his face just heals, the flesh just growing back, looking like he was never in an accident at all.
So nice. Rian just brings a hand to his face, kind of rubs it, is like, thank you.
You're welcome.
He has a look of astonishment also on his face. He's like, magic.
And Ressa looks pleased.
Magic.
I really want to learn more about this long story you keep talking about.
Same here.
Maybe later.
I agree.
Maybe later.
Yeah. I don't know if we have time for that. Anyone else need help?
I believe Elianna fixed me up wonderfully. Don't push yourself, please.
Oh, I'm fine.
Does she look fine?
Yeah, she looks fine right now.
Okay. What is her phone threshold? Just curious.
14.
Oof, what are you at?
None of you know.
I think she said 8 last time.
Yeah,
so if she was at 8, she just did 2 spells.
So probably 12.
Anyway,
slightly more relaxed.
We are here.
Yeah, we're here.
So wait, no, so Voltaire doesn't have any wounds left?
He does.
Do you look like you have wounds left?
He looks like his legs just got healed from being tore up by the road.
Okay, but you don't look like you have any wounds.
I don't think he would look like it with 3 wounds.
He'd have some scabs left over.
Okay.
She's just gonna walk over there and fix that. Not like he ever listens to you anyway.
Yeah, she doesn't listen to me in the first place. I wouldn't expect her to start now.
Okay, so that is 2 successes and 4 advantages.
Nice.
And now she looks tired.
You can heal some of your own strain with those advantages instead of getting his.
Nice. Yeah, I don't care about his strain.
Fair enough.
Elianna moves out of the way so Andi can get in there to do that.
Yeah, Joan. Once Andi crawls back, Joan is gonna open the door and step out of the van so there's room.
Yep.
Voltaire's getting out because I'm pretty sure Bob is just standing outside, very confused.
Howie, and welcome to roughly the middle of the episode. I hope you're enjoying it so far. I had a lot of fun editing it. A lot of my favorite episodes are the ones where the characters get to just kick back and goof around and try to solve problems generally badly. If you are enjoying it, please consider telling a friend. Now's a great time for them to hop in. There's plenty of content to binge, and things are starting to pick up in the main storyline. You telling your friends and talking about us on social media are the ways that we grow our podcast. We don't have any advertising. Oh, but this week on another D20 Radio podcast, me and Steve talk RPGs, they invited Jonathan to come on and talk about the Unseen World and mostly all of the cool world building that he's done for it. And it's really fun to listen to, and they have a great podcast, so go check them out. At this time, I'd like to thank Matt Rose, Aimee Clark, and Richard Wyatt, our wonderful patrons, for being our wonderful patrons and all the other wonderful ways that they support the show. You can become a patron yourself if you would like on patreon.com/the Genesys Archives. For this month's, I believe it's $5 and up tier, we are publishing sometime in the next couple of days a bunch of goofy behind the scenes content from our Discord from the time where we were putting together the first arc of the Unseen World Season 1, All Right, I'll Bite. And so that'll be coming up in the next couple of days for those people. So if you want to see that, then head on over to the Patreon. You can find us on Tumblr, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter as well. And the Discord server and all the other social media and Patreon are linked in the description. Again, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode. Have a great day.
Outside is this man dressed in like ragged, worn down clothes with like holes in them. He's got like what could barely be considered a jacket and like a dirty old t-shirt and torn up jeans. Well, don't see that every day.
No, I didn't expect it to. I didn't expect to see it either.
Yeah, and I don't think I saw it in the first place.
You're a good man. And he hands him the usual wad of cash.
Pulls out a regular looking wallet.
Might I ask where you are keeping all this cash?
He has a bag of holding.
Oh, okay.
Bag of holding.
Okay.
He has so many things.
I forgot. What form does the bag of holding take for Voltaire?
Wallet?
The lining of his pocket.
Right. Yes.
That's so great. That's so great.
So rad. Which is why several times he has, just pulled out a shotgun or something else, and like he hasn't.
It looks so ridiculous.
It out of the lining of his jacket.
He literally just
love.
puts his hand in his pocket, and it just keeps on going up to like his elbow, and then he just starts pulling out a sniper rifle out of his pocket.
As soon as Rian gets out of the van after Voltaire hands Bob the cash, you're like, howdy, Bob. How are the tunnels today?
Looking, haven't had any mysterious disappearances lately.
That's a good thing. How have you been lately?
Good, keeping myself out of trouble. From rich scumbags.
You're welcome.
Rian is checking.
I'm very grateful for this particular rich. The accent got weird for a second there. Hobo Bob, okay.
Hobo Bob, okay.
Oh my gosh.
To be fair, it's a fake accent for him too, so. What the hey? You guys heard me over the phone. Yeah, I'm very thankful for this particular rich scumbag.
Rian is just chuckling at him calling Voltaire a scumbag.
A small smirk, or just like a small smile.
Like also when he's like talking in the accent in the hobo Bob voice, he like is like hunched over with his shoulders like kind of in, and like he just stands up straight when he's like it's not worth it. Just stands up straight.
Right. Although hanging around folks like me and him, though, he may not be staying out of trouble for much longer.
Well, I know this city better than anyone else. If I need to vanish, I can.
No doubt about it.
One might suggest doing so for the next few weeks.
Might be good advice.
We're spending a lot of time out here in the open.
Well, come on, man. You're the ones all hanging out inside that van.
Rian's already following.
Andressa gets like a little pout when he just like that van. That sounded insulting. Also, she goes, "Is there anywhere to put this van?"
Oh yeah, just a second. And he goes over to the fence. There's a fence separating you guys from the entrance to the storm drain. It's a larger than normal entrance. And he like grabs a post of the fence and lifts it and moves. And you see that it's been like neatly cut along the edges right there. And he moves it like this section of fence far enough that the van can drive through down to the storm drains.
Nice.
And you wouldn't be able to go very deep before it gets too narrow for the van, but you can get deep enough that the casual observer won't notice, won't be able to see it's there. Someone would have to go looking in the storm drain itself to find it.
Thank you so much.
Glad to help.
Okay. Drive it into the little.
The money doesn't hurt either.
All right, well, Mr. Bob, lead the way.
Oh, that's just my moniker. You can call me Rob.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, we go.
We're following Rob.
Following Rob. Sorry, Bob just sounds a little more, yeah.
Hobo Bob.
I'm glad his name is actually Rob.
I'm glad he has a name that's not Hobo Bob.
Yeah, me too, but...
Let's move away from Hobo Bob.
Well, let's at least follow him, and then...
Well, we'll follow him. We'll follow him.
We follow. We're gonna need some...
And yeah, so he leads you down to the storm drain where you're able to park the van in the darkness, where once it's turned off, basically just impossible to see unless you actually go to the very entrance of the storm drain and just shine a light down there. Yeah, so you should be able to hide out here for a bit. We've got the path down here. If you follow the markings that we've drawn on the walls, then you can basically just go straight, follow the red markings, not any of the other ones, and they'll lead you to another exit deeper in the city.
You are a gentleman and a scholar.
Oh, that was so funny. I'm sorry. You guys didn't hear it because I was muted, but I just laughed really, really loud like a cat.
Well, I used to be, but not easy to get jobs in this economy with a doctorate in history.
Wow.
We appreciate it, Rob.
Speaking of a doctorate in history, I believe I'll need to pick your brain a little bit more.
Oh?
You wouldn't happen to know where in Vegas one might get his hands on some flavor of dinosaur skeleton, would you?
A dinosaur skeleton?
I know it's a weird request, and trust me, you do not want to know why.
Well, I certainly want to know.
I want to know why.
I might be able to help.
I might not be entirely okay. I deal in some illegal stuff, sure, but dinosaurs are a bit above my pay grade.
It was worth a try.
Most of my contacts are homeless. Like we just band together, and so that we don't get eaten when we're down here.
Andressa pokes Voltaire in the arm.
Ouch. Yes?
I might be able to help.
With a dinosaur.
What? Are you looking for a museum or just, a dinosaur lying around?
Yeah, what exactly?
Well, I would prefer a relatively complete skeleton, but I'll take what I can.
You do know how rare those are, right? Complete dinosaur skeletons?
Yes.
What?
I assume this has something to do with the individual we were talking about earlier. I mean, that's just a guess.
Yes, last time...
Why would you want to give a necromancer a dinosaur skeleton?
I mean...
That sounds like rule number 1. Don't give the guy... That's how Jurassic Park happens.
Joan?
I mean,
I have no idea what you just said, but...
This is technically not actually how Jurassic Park happened, but similar situation.
I mean...
You have any other suggestions on things that might interest the necromancer?
I thought you said that you would interest the necromancer.
Well, I'd like to have something just in case I'm not as interesting as I give myself credit for.
Not sure if this idea would work, but perhaps we borrow a body from the morgue?
Yes, I'm sure dear Dr. Biddles just has a raptor skeleton hidden in his closet.
That's what we get a call.
Yes. Excuse me? Hello? Biddles, what is happening?
Skeletons, and you just hear like boom, boom, boom.
Oh, great.
And my back is currently, I just locked myself in a closet. Morgue, skeletons, please help.
We'll be there. We'll be there in a second.
Hey, who's screaming?
Speaking of dear Dr. Biddles, it seems, yes, we're coming.
Yeah, I thought that was him. Yep.
Speaking of dear Dr. Biddles, he seems to be beset by the living dead. I.e. skeletons, so we should probably get there.
All right. Quickly. Back in the van, I guess.
That probably wouldn't be advisable.
What, do you want us to run to the morgue?
Oh, Elianna, my dear, you underestimate the extent to which I know people.
Well, then what do you suggest?
I call a car that isn't currently wanted by the police.
Not a fancy car either. Again, don't want to attract attention to ourselves.
Those are a little high profile.
Do you have a car that is not fancy? Because I could call a car
As much as it pains me, yes, I have normal cars
Okay,
for just such an occasion.
then let's call one.
Okay, so we go. Voltaire calls up his driver's service.
Bet they love him right now.
When you have as much money as Voltaire, he could walk through with a baseball bat.
Well, I'm not talking about the car.
Talking
I'm
about
talking
the
about the
people.
driver you abandoned, injured in the road to be picked up by the police.
He'll be fine.
Okay,
Probably.
let's go.
So he calls up a cab. We go to the morgue.
How long
What's
does
going
that
on?
take?
Yeah, that feels like that would take
So
some
we
time.
can't all fit in one car, can we? Unless
Yeah.
it's like an SUV or
Yeah,
like
you-
a
Do you get it?
very like
We
a
can't all
van,
talk at the same
minivan.
time.
Xander, does Voltaire make sure to get a big car, or does
Yes, he
not
does.
think about that? Okay.
He makes sure to get a big car that
Is it an SUV or like a minivan?
I was thinking more like livery van. You know, like big enough to fit all of the people in, but inconspicuous enough that nobody would be like, what's that doing here?
All right, a delivery van.
Excellent.
All right, so that's going to take a bit of time to get here.
Dr. Biddles doesn't have a bit of time.
Joan, do you have magic things? Do you have magic things you can do?
I could open a way, but I have no clue where that would open up to, and
That could add more time as well.
okay. Let's see.
Is Rob still there, or did he leave?
He was leaving.
Hey Rob, quick question.
Yeah.
Do you know a short route through the tunnels that can take us to the morgue in quick time?
The red path that I mentioned before would get you not straight there, but closer.
Like, how long do you think it'll take us to get there at a running pace?
A while. It's a big city. I don't know. I've never ran it.
How?
He does have a valid point. Tis a large city.
I only memorized about a quarter of the city so far.
Can someone make
Okay.
some kind of
Actually, I have an idea.
Lay it on us.
Well, it definitely won't be a comfortable way of doing things, but
When has that stopped us?
Yeah.
well, technically, I do have a bit of authority on the unseelie side of things.
Huh?
I'm curious.
I don't know about this. It's what we got, but I don't know about it.
Has Rob left yet?
No, he's kind of watching like,
What's about to happen?
What's going on down there?
What is happening here?
Okay, well, Joan does whatever she's doing. Voltaire's just going to talk to Rob. He's just be like, Rob, tell me, do you have the usual stash of weapons?
just the basics, yeah?
Well, I mean, I don't need anything fancy.
You don't want one of your sniper rifles?
Oh, as much as I do enjoy my sniper rifles, they tend to draw a little too much attention when I run around with them. I could do with a shotgun.
Okay. Yeah, we've got that.
Excellent. So he grabs the shotgun before we go anywhere.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. What should we try to summon?
Oh,
Ooh.
summoning.
Then good.
Something wicked this way comes.
Yep.
And Voltaire vamooses.
Voltaire runs into the night. Oh my gosh, he almost fell over.
We did, yeah. I saw that.
That was dangerous.
Dang it.
Woo! Success with a triumph.
Hey!
What is it?
Okay, so Joan takes a moment to breathe in, and she says a name 3 times, putting and you can feel power resonating as she says the name. It is the power of speaking a true name that goes out and then into the earth, and then there's just nothing for a moment, for just a long second, and then a head pops out of the ground, and this ugly 3 foot, maybe tall, almost person kind of crawls his way out of the earth. Grabnar reporting for duty.
What?
The heck? What on earth is this?
Everyone, gang. This is Grabnar. He is one of the various servitors of my godmother. He is a gnome.
Nice to meet you.
What are you?
Hi.
Hey,
Hello.
And so he's like got this like yellowish green skin that looks really sickly, and he's got like boils or growths over his face and other areas of exposed skin, and his teeth are like misplaced but razor sharp, and one eye's larger than the other. He's got like this little pointed yellow hat that's like folded off to one side, and like these just like dirty old overalls. We need a quick path. Do you think you can take us a path through the earth?
That's what I do.
Sorry, everyone not familiar. Gnomes can come from either the Seelie or unseelie end of things. They have different personalities depending, but gnomes are all good tunnelers. That's their thing.
I got that. Can we,
Sorry,
yes. Can we expedite the process?
We need to move fast.
Yep. Where do you need to go?
It is a place where the law collects the dead, the recently dead.
I can... Recently dead. Yeah, I can find that.
Voltaire is just on the phone canceling the car.
Rian just has confusion written all over his face right now.
Robnar like pulls out of the overalls a big shovel that looks like it's like just made of stone and just vanishes into the earth.
Oh.
Okay.
Leaving a like 4 foot by 4 foot hole.
We're going to be crawling the way there, aren't we?
That just like, it's just darkness through the hole.
So we're going to jump down there? Yes?
Yes. None of you get sick easily, do you?
Elianna looks at Joan.
No.
And just doesn't say anything.
Yeah, I'm not good at this either. Let's go. And Joan jumps in and woo! As her scream is like snatched away.
Are we getting like mail delivery tubed to the morgue?
That's what it looks like.
Cayden makes his way to the hole and stands in front of it after all that occurs, turns in the direction everyone else, is like, well, after you.
Rian just rolls his eyes, walks to the hole, and just jumps in.
Yeah, so you jump in, you fall, and then get yanked. Just
he jumps in and he goes, here we go!
All right, and everyone's going to have to make a resilience check.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's
Elianna just shakes her head and just like, all right, jumps in.
Of all the things.
I'm not, this isn't gonna be awesome.
Nope. All right, Joan is going to get 3 strain. All right, Nathaniel, what's your resilience?
2 green.
So he's not going to have a good time.
I'm not going to have a good time either. Ooh. Also 2 green.
Rian's going to get 4 strain.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Well, Cayden jumped in the hole next.
3 green. Actually, add a black die. Oversensitive.
Yes.
Like, he's pretty good at resisting most of that, but like...
Gets 2 strain.
Wow. Yeah, he's just good at resisting things, I guess.
Let's go.
Well, he's just physically hardier. So everyone with at least 2 strain is going to come out of this real queasy. And if you get 5 or higher, you're puking.
Cool. That's gonna happen. Probably.
Well, I've only got 4, so I'm
Elianna.
Okay.
I'm 2 green also.
Go back.
No.
5 for Elianna.
5.
Oh dear.
Great. We're puking. I knew it.
I am queasy.
I'd say Voltaire looks at Andi.
And we're at 11 out of 12.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Get a strain pack.
Voltaire
This is a good
looks
day.
at Andi.
And
he says, We'll have to put a rain check on the dinosaur skeleton, but I am very intrigued on how you can help.
All right.
And then after that, he jumps in.
Andi already jumped in after Elianna.
Oh.
Never mind.
Okay, so she jumps in first.
Yep.
She's just like...
She just hopped in. She was like, boing.
All right, what's her resilience?
3 green. Who put stuff in resilience?
I don't know. Nobody, apparently.
All right, 3 for Andi.
Oh, joy. I am so on the edge of my strain threshold.
Same.
Okay, Voltaire has 2 yellow.
Nice.
All right. Yes, zealous fire to everybody.
2 for Voltaire.
Excellent.
Come on.
All right.
Voltaire got up the easiest.
The great day continues.
So Joan is the first to pop out of the hole right after Grobnar.
Where at exactly? Are we inside the building or outside it?
Yeah, we are in the building. We are not in Biddle's office, though. We are in the hallway. Oh, and I forgot, I also have to do the 2 strain that it took for Joan to do the spell. So Joan's pretty close to her strain threshold, too.
We are doing great.
We are doing fine, everybody. We're doing great.
And then everyone else pops up after.
Gosh.
So then Rian next.
A little queasy because he got 4 strain out of that.
Then Cayden.
He wobbles a tiny bit, but like shakes it off pretty quickly.
Yeah, it takes Rian.
Is there a nearby room that she could just run into? Any room that isn't this hallway?
There are doors, yeah.
She's just
There's
gonna
also
go
a
in
trash can in the hallway.
Are they locked?
We're gonna use a trash can.
Runs to the trash can and just pukes in it.
Weird. I don't like. You couldn't have concocted a worse day for Elianna if you tried.
I feel so bad for you right now.
My God.
Okay, so it's Elianna, then Andi, then Voltaire.
How much strain did Andy get?
3.
Okay.
I'm pretty far up there. But she looks kind of tired and a little queasy, but she just kind of crawls out of the hole and stands up. This has been an interesting first day just driving through Vegas to go somewhere else.
So Joan nods. So after everyone pops out, Joan nods to the gnome. Just, your help is appreciated. And I will tell your lady of your assistance here today.
Yep. Always of service.
And then he taps his shovel on the ground and the hole closes. And then he digs through the ground again and the hole closes behind him.
Can I just say I love this gnome? It's just brilliant. I love this gnome so much.
Yeah.
Do we hear banging
Voltaire
or screaming?
Voltaire immediately goes towards the morgue.
Goes towards Biddle's office, you mean?
Biddle's office, yes.
There's more than... The morgue has various areas in it.
Yes, he's going towards Biddle's office.
Caitlin brings up a good point. Do we hear anything as we arrive?
Yes. A familiar shrill voice screaming and the sound of something hard banging on doors. And there is blood in the hallway.
Oh.
All right. Let's stagger in that direction.
Would I have to roll a check to know what kind of ammo I would have to use against these skeletons?
You can make a knowledge supernatural or forbidden check. Well, actually, you can honestly make a knowledge education check.
I have the same in all of them.
Or you could just guess, right, without me telling you things. But if you want,
I'm going to assume. I'm running under the assumption that blessed ammo.
That was the assumption Cayden was under.
Well, there's also a reason why knowledge education would be a possibility.
Okay, I'm going to roll the check.
Okay, what's your knowledge?
2 yellow, 1 green, across the board.
Dang.
They're bones.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
You want something that smashes.
Smash bones.
For example, like if you were to get something with big rounds, like a shotgun with the...
How convenient.
With the salt, what are those called when it's not with... is shells. That's what they're called. Like a shotgun, actual shells instead of pellets.
Right. Solid shot.
Solid shot. Yeah,
or
solid shot versus solid shot or whatever.
Yeah, buckshot would work. I think would do really well.
No, buckshot would do less.
Actually, birdshot would shred the bones. So I think that'd be a little more effective.
No, I'm talking solid.
You want something
shot.
that smashes through the bones. You want solid shot.
Okay.
And
so these things punch holes through trees.
Bone smash.
Okay, so that's what Voltaire's heading in with.
Rian is hot on Voltaire.
Also, if you had blessed ammunition, that would also help. Counter the necromantic energies.
He does have blessed ammunition. That isn't the same as the solid shot ammunition, which he's currently going in with, but he does have blessed ammunition.
I have a blessed hunting knife.
Cayden's putting on his blessed brass knuckles.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Elianna's staggering along behind everyone else.
Yeah, so once the gnome vanished, Joan kind of sagged.
Oh no.
Joan, are you good?
Too much magic. And then plus adding that to it, I can keep going. That's we got to help Biddles.
All right, stay in the back.
Yeah. Okay.
Elianna's going to keep an eye on Joan. I mean, not that Elianna's doing at all better, but like...
All right, who's in the front?
Voltaire.
Voltaire said he was in front.
Rian right after him.
Andressa will just hang back with the girls. She also is looking a little tired.
I think all the girls are looking a little tired right now.
Oh yeah, they've been through a bit. It's been a day.
We've done a bunch of stuff healing you and getting you to where you can shoot things and all that
It's
stuff.
true.
Wait, so who's in
It's
the
your
front?
turn.
Voltaire's in front.
Okay. The door to Biddle's office is open because there's something in the way of keeping it from closing.
Mm-hmm.
The body of a security guard
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
with a hole in his chest.
Oh, no.
That's not good.
Ooh, that's grisly.
Mm.
How big is this hole?
About fist-sized.
Oh, boy.
Delicious. Okay.
Nope.
Fun.
Okay.
Fine.
Is there anything else in the hallway?
Lots of blood.
Lots of blood.
Cool.
Excellent.
Blood.
Wait.
Is Dr. Biddles still screaming?
Yes.
Excellent.
Help me!
Excellent. Voltaire's going towards that.
You slam open the door and you see half a dozen of these skeletons with glowing blue eyes surrounding the door to Biddle's closet. The two in front just smashing repeatedly against the door.
Is this a wooden closet or a metal closet?
And it's dented.
Metal. Oof, they got some force behind them.
Mm-hmm.
And behind the skeletons is a thin man, about 5'11", with greasy, long black hair that kind of just like is sticking to the back of his head in gross, matted strands.
Gross. Okay.
Wearing a long black trench coat.
Ooh.
And he turns around and he's like grinning, a almost skeletal grin. His face is pale white and sunken in, like someone who has not, like, is either incredibly sick or is on the verge of death. But he looks like he's having the time of his life. His cold blue eyes shining with mirth. Oh, you're the ones who he sent. I was wondering who he was begging to help him.